everybody. All right, so now we're talking about how to create a meal plan based on your goals with the help of MyFitnessPal and the Canadian Healthy Eating Guidelines. Nutrition facts. So we have macronutrients. This is what we'll focus on. There are three kinds. Your carbohydrates, which include like sugars, and there are vegetables with carbohydrates in them, such as potatoes, sweet potatoes. It's your pasta, it's your bread, everything like that. Fats or lipids, they can come in various different forms. There's the saturated fats, which are like your animal proteins, and there's also your other fats, healthier fats, such as your olive oil. What else do we have? We have vegetable fats, such as the ones that you find in nuts and the ones in avocados. And we have your proteins. So these can come from, the best source is animal proteins. So that could be like your chicken, your fish, preferably lean. Your chicken, your fish, your beef, your pork. And again, you can get this from a vegetable source as well. So nuts, there's a small bit in rice, things like that. And alcohol is technically another macronutrient, but it comes under carbohydrates, and that's as complex as it needs to be, really. Yeah, so you can plug that into MyFitnessPal or just come under carbohydrates. Your micronutrients, there's a lot of different micronutrients. These are vitamins and minerals, so your A vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, and like the subcategories of them. We have, there's just too many. There's too many to count, but all you really need to know is that they're vitamins and minerals, and you should try to include as many of them as you can. They're found, a very, very good source of them is found in vegetables. So trying to include as many vegetables as you can in a day is pretty important for that. What's MyFitnessPal? It's an application and website, and it allows you to track what you eat. It's mostly used to track macronutrients, your proteins, your carbs, and your fats. So if you haven't already, download the app on your phone for easy access and open the website on your computer, so we can get started with how to create your meals. Why use it? Or why track your macros? Like why what's the point of it? No need to follow any strict diets. So I know some people follow like milkshake diets or stuff where you're eliminating different foods from your diet, and I don't think that's healthy. Should be more sustainable, like something you can do for at least 5 years should be something that you aim for to change your lifestyle in a better way. It allows your diet to be more flexible, so you can eat some naughty things, you can still drink alcohol if you wish. There's no limitations. And tracking your food alone, it doesn't even have to be restricting your calories, but there's been studies that suggest that it can give you results just from tracking it alone. And it allows you to have more control over what you eat. Nutrition guide. So what do we have? This is, as I was saying, this is the Canadian, in my opinion. I think it's a bit better than, or more updated than, the Australian version. This is the Canadian Healthy Eating Guidelines. So what we have here is mostly vegetables and fruits, protein foods, as I was discussing, trying to drink water as your primary fluid. So if you're having things like soft drinks, and like full cream milk a lot, and a lot of alcohol, then it's probably a good idea to make water your drink of choice. Again, not eliminating the other ones, but just reducing your intake of them. And mostly whole grain carbohydrates we should be eating. So things that I discussed earlier, they should be whole grain. So if you're having bread, if you're having pasta, make sure they're whole grain. Even oats are a great source of whole grain, so maybe even including that into your breakfast. This is a good list of foods which should make up your daily intake. So again, from the Canadian Healthy Eating Guidelines. I definitely suggest you guys checking out the website as well. Just Google it and you'll find it. It's an excellent source, really good. So if you want to know more about healthy eating, then look at that. Proteins and fats food list. Keep in mind that you're not limited to these foods. I keep saying this, I keep repeating this over and over again, but it's really important to know to be more sustainable. But it is a good idea to eat these foods as your primary fat and protein intake. So eggs are excellent, or egg whites, whichever one. Eggs, the egg yolk can be good because that alone has some good micronutrients in it. So even if you wanted to have an omelette, you could have one full egg and the rest is egg whites. That would be a perfect choice. Fortified soy beverages, tofu, soybeans, and other soy products. Lean meat and poultry. I'm not going to say all the exact foods in here. I feel like it'd take too long. Beans, peas, and lentils. Lower fat dairy products. Nuts and seeds, fish and shellfish. So have a look through those in your own time, and definitely save these lists if you can, because it's a pretty good resource. Fat side note, you're not limited to fat. A big misconception is that fat will make you fat. It's BS, really. Fats are something that you need. Never cut them out of your diet unless you don't want your joints to be lubricated and your hormones to work, because your hormones are actually lipids, believe it or not. You should, however, look to limit your intake of saturated fat in fatty animals such as pork and beef, because it's correlated with higher cholesterol, particularly if you're stressed. And also be aware that trans fats should be avoided. I think they're banned in Australia now and Canada, but they're normally found in things such as potato chips, ice cream, things like that. Carbohydrate food list. Same idea as before, you're not limited to these foods, but it's a good idea to eat these foods as your primary carbohydrate intake. What do we have? Whole grain foods. So you're not limited to quinoa, whole grain pasta, whole grain bread, whole oats or oatmeal, whole grain brown or wild rice, and fruits. So you're not limited fruits are not limited to this list, but pears, apples, berries, peaches, a little bit of sugars, but they are an excellent source of micronutrients, so all of those vitamins and minerals. All right, now we're going to get to the fun part, and I'm going to show you how to turn what we've learnt so far into a personalised meal plan using MyFitnessPal. What we're going to do is, first thing, we're going to create a list of what we want to eat in the day. So for breakfast, I like having eggs on toast with a bit of avocado. For lunch, chicken breast with rice, some vegetables, and a bit of sauce with that, just to help the flavour. For dinner, tuna steaks with sweet potato, vegetables and sauce. And dessert, I love cookies and cream. That's my thing. That's what I like to eat. And yeah, cookies and cream ice cream. And I'm going to have a cheeky donut as well. So that's what I'm going to eat for the day. Now what I want to do is go into MyFitnessPal. Preferably do this on a desktop. It'll make it a hell of a lot easier to plug everything in. So I'm going to go continue as Matt. So I have my calories here. This is my caloric goal. You should have this already. If not, then just follow the prompts and it'll spit you out a caloric intake for the day. All right, I'm going to click on the food tab. What we're going to do now is plug all of this in. So you're going to add the food, eggs, one large. It doesn't matter at the moment about the portion sizes. We'll do that in a minute. Bread. I want multigrain bread. Oops. Also want some avocado. For lunch, I want some chicken breast with rice. Preferably go uncooked for whatever meat you have, just a little bit more accurate. Uncooked chicken breast. That. With the vegetables, besides the starchy vegetables such as potatoes, sweet potato, and avocado is another vegetable that you should track. Everything else I don't track because they're very low in calories, and really, even if you're dieting, the more the better. It's a good way to fill up your stomach, a lot of micronutrients, so a lot of vitamins and minerals for you as well. So I'm not going to put that in, but what I am going to put in is the sauce. So I like smoky barbecue. Barbecue sauce, there we go. Add that. Also going to put some sweet potato in. Grams. And for dinner, I want tuna steaks. Tuna steak. 100 grams, add that. With some rice. And again, uncooked, more accurate, because rice tends to swell up the more water you put with it. So that'll do. And some sauce there as well, my smoky barbecue. And then my naughty dessert, so I love cookies and cream. So cookies and cream ice cream, connoisseur if it comes up. Cookies and cream ice cream. Bam. Add that, and I'll put a donut in there. Donut. Don't want it glazed. Cool. All right, so we have the meals. Now we're going to play with the serving sizes. So what do we need more of? We need a bit more carbohydrates, mainly carbohydrates, and a little bit of fats and protein. So what are we going to do here? I could go another piece of bread. So that's what I'm going to do, 1.5 servings, save that. Down to 51, I'm going to add another 50 grams of sweet potato. And some more rice. 1.5. That might be just over. Oh, perfect. Cool. And then now I need to work on the proteins and fats. So what can we do here? We're going to cook the tuna steak on the stovetop. So we're going to add some olive oil to this to cook it in. Olive oil. Bang, perfect. And then a little bit more protein. So what am I going to do? A bit more chicken breasts. 1.5. That looks pretty good. So we have nearly 100 calories left, which is fine. That's okay. Cool. That's a pretty solid day. So for me, this is pretty good. I can do this day in, day out. I can do this pretty much every day. One thing, as we want to think about being more human as per se, and say we want to play up on the weekend and have a few drinks and go out to Gravy Spot, I know it's called in Ballarat. We might want to have a cheat meal on the weekend, something like that. What we could do is spare some calories. So say we could take out the dessert and save ourselves, some calories, and we could save those for the weekend. So say we have 1,000 calories left over for Saturday or Sunday. You can go nuts. You can have pretty much whatever you want. You could, that's as easy as it gets. Another thing is some people really like variety. So what we could do is make a second day. So say Tuesday, and we put whatever else it might be. So we can fill Tuesday with completely different foods, just making sure that it's hitting the macros or just under your macros. And then what you can do is quick tools, copy to date, and you could say copy this to Wednesday for breakfast and go back to Monday. And the same thing with the lunch and the same thing with the dinner and snacks. So it's the same meal on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday if you want it to be. And then on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, you have your second set of meals. So it's just another easy way to do it. I know a lot of people who have success with that. Me personally, as I said, I can just eat this day in, day out, and it's completely fine. And then so it's good because what you can do from here is that you need to buy some eggs for the week. So you just buy your 12 eggs. You need to get 5 avocados, 5 or 6 avocados. You need to get a thing of bread. And with these, you can make all of these in one go. So you can put all of these in the oven and cook them. You can also cook your chicken breast, put them in containers and freeze them if you wish. Just put them in the fridge. It really is as easy as that. You can have your connoisseur ice cream in. It's pretty simple. Like you really don't need to overcomplicate things with this. That's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, do let me know. But just copy and paste all of your meals, quick tools. Remember meal, copy to date. Pretty simple on the desktop. A tiny bit more complicated on mobile because it's not. I don't think anyway it has quick tools, but that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Some notes. If you're feeling like eating something which you or others consider a bad food, like say if you just really, really, really want some chocolate, just have it. It doesn't matter too much. Just have it. No worries. One thing to do though is make sure it's fitting in your weekly or daily macronutrients. Don't talk to yourself negatively when you do eat something that isn't considered healthy. Forgive yourself. A big note with this one is that when you stress about what you're eating, it doesn't help at all with weight loss. You need to approach this in a relaxed way. Really do forgive yourself because being stressed, as you might know, can lead to weight gain. So really trying to give yourself a break is a really good idea. Keep in mind that if you do play up, if you do eat something naughty, take note that you're eating better than you have previously. So if you slip up, you're still going better than what you were. Just think of it as, yeah, a slip up and you get back on track straight away. If you go out for food or can't accurately track it, it's okay. Just stick to what we went through. Choose a salad or vegetables over fries, and water over other drinks. Yeah, I mean, it's good to estimate it, but also keeping in mind, like, if there's one of those good foods on the menu, then it's a good idea to put those in. This is a link to some good recipes. I've had a look through them and they look pretty damn good. And last but not least, a checklist. So do your body stats on Trainerize. Post in the Facebook group a brief about me / what your goals are, and and a bad joke / dad joke. I get right around them, and the more the better. Absolutely love them. Connect MyFitnessPal if you haven't already. Get some scales for your body weight, and optional but recommended. Get scales for weighing your food as well. It just helps to keep it less complex, and yeah, more accurate, I should say. Cool. Thanks for watching. Cheers.